You're tuned into Tour Talk TV with your host, Mark Anthony.
Mine too.
Yes, this is Mark Anthony, and I'm sitting here with my friends John and Kim. How do you say your last name?
Ulmanis.
Ulmanis?
Yes.
Okay, all right, that's not as bad as mine.
At least it's not Ulmanis or Ulmanis. Well, Ulmanis would actually be correct.
See, never mind. Do you both consider? You're a professional photographer.
Yes.
Do you consider yourself? You're published.
I'm a published photographer. Yes. In multiple locations, so I guess arguably I would say I'm a professional.
Okay, all right.
Because even skill-wise, I after several years, if you've known me several years,
yes.
So you've seen the skill level slowly get better. So
oh yeah.
I think I'd say
you're there.
I'm there.
You're there.
I'd say so.
Yeah. Several years ago, John, you got us into the Southern Nevada Railroad Museum for a photo shoot.
Yes, the Nevada Southern Railroad Museum in Boulder City.
That was fun.
That was a fun day, wasn't
it? We got to just crawl around all of the trains, and
it was totes a fun day.
I don't think they really realized what they had agreed to, since they haven't offered since then.
Well, even now, it's like there's a new director that's out there now. The other director, he was going to retire after 30 years of service for the state of Nevada, but from what I hear, he took a job in Carson City, and he's the director of the Railroad Museum up there.
Okay.
So that's the last that I've heard as of maybe a couple months ago.
And then the two of you were married there, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You were married on the trains.
We were married on the train right behind Railroad Pass. We took the train the 3.5 miles down the track to where they stopped behind Railroad Pass, and we had our ceremony and took it right back to the station.
Really?
Yeah.
October 2010.
All right. 4 years.
Yep.
Yeah, 4 years.
All right. See?
Feels like a lifetime.
Sure as hell does some days. I love you, honey.
Love you, sweetheart. We have Miss Debbie behind the camera. One of the things that I have a fascination with trains. As a child, my parents would always throw my brother and I onto the Milwaukee Road or the Burlington Northern passenger train, send us to whatever relative was available.
So kind of like my childhood.
Yeah,
that's mine as well.
So I've always had a fascination, especially with the passenger trains. There's just something about railroad travel that is just so cool. And I miss that. But I remember you had posted something about the Union Pacific Big Boy 4014. What is that?
The Union Pacific 4014 Big Boy, that was a steam locomotive. Of course, it was a big boy. I think there was 25 that were produced ever, I think, in the late 40s, 1940s.
Yeah.
Like that.
And when the train went out of service, I think it was in 1960, it was donated to the Fairplex in Los Angeles County, or LA County Fairgrounds.
Right.
And there it sat for almost 50 years, I would say. And then UP offered to take it back to add it to their STEAM program out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. So they pretty much how they got it out of the fairground to get it to the tracks is that they build a track going from where it was at in the park across the parking lot to the Union Pacific Main Line.
And that is a big boy.
And that was a while. It took them 2 weeks to do that. It's a very large locomotive. Very impressive.
It is. That's why I wanted to say something about it, because that's a huge thing.
Yeah, we drove down to Rialto, Colton Yard back in February to see it and spend some time with a couple of friends. And that was just like, I think a few weeks before it ended up leaving from the yard to go out to Utah. Or no, Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yeah, Wyoming. Cheyenne.
And then we caught it again here in Vegas because it was such a huge deal for us that we absolutely had to go see it.
Had to go see it.
Of course.
That was cool.
It was the same thing when UP 844 went through in 2011. We just had to chase that thing. I remember, I think a day before 844 was due in Kelso, I told him I had found out about it, and And I asked him, I said, do you want to go? And it was just, hell yeah, I want to go. There's no way in hell I'm missing that.
Yeah, that was a trip that was like less than 24 hours that we decided to go do. It's just like,
been there, done that.
it's like, I got nothing going, let's go. We're getting up early and heading out to Kelso.
I got the car keys, we're going.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That's one of the best parts.
Yeah, load the camera gear up and let's go out. Rain or not, didn't matter.
It's 40 degrees.
Yeah, not a problem. It's a train. Let's go see it. Come on. All right. We are together here today to talk about our favorite highway, Route 66, or now known as Historic Route 66.
The Mother Road.
The Mother Road. Was established in 1926, originally ran through 8 states from Chicago, Illinois, and ending in Santa Monica, California, covering a grand total of 2,448 miles. It basically opened up the West to many Americans, especially during the Great Depression, trying to get Americans to move westward. Agree?
Yes,
Yeah.
safe route to travel to California.
Yeah, because people really weren't moving westward, and so and by 1926 the automobile was pretty well established.
Well, slight correction, too.
What?
The original terminus was at 7th and Broadway in downtown L.A.
Really?
Santa Monica isn't technically an official end. It's more of a metaphorical end than it is an actual end of Route 66.
See, that's why I have you guys here. I need these details.
There you go.
Is there a marker down at that point in
I
LA?
believe so.
I believe there is one. I think
I'd
Scott,
have to talk to Scott Petrowski about that one. I'm almost certain there is.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it is Route 66 after all.
After all, as one writer said, what grew from this combination of local and national travelers was an individualistic landscape of motels, restaurants, gas stations built by entrepreneurs who believed drivers passing at 35, maybe a whopping 45 miles per hour, would be enticed by colorful signage, pull off, and participate in whatever good or services was for sale. The road, in effect, was an advertisement for itself, and the towns along it were happy to reap the economic benefits. That is so true.
That's
It
so
is.
true, and it's still very true today.
Yes. Then in 1956, President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who fell in love with the Autobahn in Germany, wanted the same thing built here, so he helped launch the interstate highway system as the American Autobahn, a limited access highway speedway ride to go on.
Boo.
Yes. This essentially killed off a lot of the small towns along Route 66 as it opened. Route 66 was officially decommissioned in 1985. Much of it was abandoned or turned into regular streets and highways. Then in 1972, the band The Eagles had their first hit as Take It Easy with one famous line that everybody knows. Oh, well, no, I can't say that. I had a whole busload of people from Southern California that had no idea what the hell I was talking about when I said...
How can you not know Standing on a Corner in Winslow, Arizona?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
I was doing my tour to...
I think I would be blurting out, holy shit.
I kind of said that, but I had to say it under my breath. It's like, really? You're all from Southern California? You never heard Standing on a Corner in Winslow, Arizona? Really?
Were these all people under 35?
No, God, no.
Oh my gosh.
A mental face palm.
1987, a small-town barber in Seligman, Arizona, along with a few other failing businesses along the former Route 66, had enough, and historic Route 66 was born. Then finally in 2006, Pixar came out with the movie Cars, which essentially just put all of Route 66 into Radiator Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
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 Now there are people from all over the world who come to ride what's known as the Mother Road of America. And I can attest to this part. Large tour operators worldwide sell specifically Route 66 inspired tours. Now, you two are, is it Roadies or 66 Roadies? You're fans of Route 66?
Roadies, Route 66 Roadies, Travelers.
I think all apply. I think all.
The
are very
weirdos
relevant. Yeah.
Okay.
The weirdos who hop in the car and, go out in the middle of pretty much nowhere at any given time. Why not? That's what I would say. Why not? There's history. There's culture.
Do you see why we're friends?
Yep.
That's the answer I'd give. Well, why not? It's a road?
It it, like I said, it's history, it's culture, it's people, and a lot of it is more tied, for me personally, tied to the people. Especially in the last 2 to 3 years, we have made several friends in California, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Missouri, all across the 8 states.
Who was the Route 66 fanatic first, John or you?
I don't know.
Wow.
Or both?
I think we kind of evolved together on that.
I
Okay.
would
We
agree.
both had fascinations with traveling and those getting off the main highway things. I've always been interested in that, not necessarily Route 66 per se, but since being here in Las Vegas, we're only 2 hours away from 3 main cities on
Right.
Route 66. You have Barstow, California, you have Needles, California, and you have Kingman, Arizona. All are pretty much about the same distance from Las Vegas. So it's an easy
How
trip
much-
to go explore.
How much of the highway have you guys been on?
We've been
As far to Santa Monica, going west, and as far as Holbrook, Arizona,
Okay.
going east. So next year, hopefully, God willing, we'll figure out a way to get ourselves into New Mexico and hopefully maybe even as far as Texas.
or
Now,
even Edwardsville, Illinois,
even
for
Edwardsville,
the
yeah.
next conference.
even
Oh.
even even the abandoned parts of the road are still popular.
Yes, very much so.
I mean,
Old alignments, yes.
yeah. I mean, there's a bridge up by Flagstaff, Winona, which
Don't
is
forget Winona.
yeah. Well, that's where I was born.
Walnut Creek
Minnesota.
Canyon Bridge. Walnut Creek Bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Walnut Creek.
You know, it's what, a few hundred feet off.
Probably less than that. I would say probably maybe less than 100 feet off of.
But you have people from all over the world go to photograph
Yeah.
that bridge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's also one we recently discovered outside of Ash Fork, which is a little bit more difficult to get to if you don't already know some of the area. But it's a fascinating bridge that was built in 1923 that, it has stood the test of time. I mean, to be very cliche about it.
Yeah.
Because you walk onto this bridge and, one, it feels like you're stepping back in time, and two, it has been so well preserved. It's in such incredibly good condition that you look at that bridge and you're thinking, how the hell has it managed to survive all of these years and still look the way it does?
Now, a lot of this, from what I can tell, is because of Angel Delgadillo. Do you agree with that?
The whole Route 66, the whole push for the preservation of such an important part of our infrastructure. That's pretty much the road that expanded the country, as you pointed out
Right.
earlier. It is the road that brought everybody. I wouldn't say everybody to California. That wouldn't be, but that opened up the West
Right.
to people, west of the Mississippi, basically.
I mean, prior to that, we had the Lincoln Highway, but that was north. That was more of a northern
You had
route.
multiple highways too, different kind of highways that were different name highways and routes and whatnot. But this is probably the one that was probably the one that was eventually paved and the safest route
Right.
to get to Southern California.
Can you travel the whole route of it, the original route?
Parts.
That's you can't do it continuously.
Right,
You have
but-
to get off. There's certain areas where some interstates, Interstate 40 or Interstate 44, have gone over the original alignment. So
Okay.
technically you are, but you're not
Yeah,
on
okay.
the original on that.
Well,
Path.
well, it was kind of fascinating because I just came back. We talked about this in the last show. Is in Albuquerque, it crosses itself because of they had realigned it. At one time it went north south and then it went east west.
That's right.
That's one I actually didn't know.
Yeah. And it kind of surprised me that there's no marker there that says here it is. It says here's Route 66, but that's it.
I think I need to have a chat with some of my other roadies.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
The doctor.
The doctor would probably know.
Yeah, Dr. Nick Ehrlich has posted some stuff in reference to that, and quite a few other roadies that are on
In that
online.
particular region.
Yeah.
And I know that particular region a lot more than we do.
Well, it's funny because
Albuquerque is Breaking Bad, right?
yes. Oh yes. Yes. Oh God, yes. Yeah.
Do you want to build a meth lab?
Yeah. I was down there and I didn't know it, but but I'm seeing all these T-shirts and bumper stickers about Breaking Bad, and I'm just like, really? And then finally someone went, well, yeah, it was filmed here.
See, now I can't believe I'm singing on camera.
Yeah, really. Another talent. Yeah.
What'd you put in this?
Yeah, really. Well, it's funny because when I do my Grand Canyon tours and I stop in Seligman, for international tourists, that's more of a highlight to them than actually seeing the Grand Canyon.
Oh, I agree. Oh, that's definitely.
Well, let's see. Angel Delgadillo, Route 66 legend, a big 2,000-mile hole in the world.
Right.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Both are probably, I think, in our opinion, both are probably just as
they're equally fascinating.
Yes.
A wonder of a world themselves.
Yeah. But it's just fascinating that I get folks from Britain or Australia or even India, and I'm like, okay, we're going to stop in Seligman, and that's as far as I get.
Mm-hmm.
I just said 2,000. I meant 200.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But it's just so funny that's as far as I get is Seligman, and I get this yes. I'm just like, really? Do people know this?
Yeah.
They're like, Route 66, yes.
Well, hello. Even the Snowcap Drive-In, you can have a delicious oink burger and dead chicken.
Dead
chicken. Or get shot with the mustard bottle.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss him. But now, from the photos that I've seen of you guys, and from what I know of Route 66, that is a photographer's paradise.
It is.
It is.
I mean,
There's a lot to see and a lot to photograph, whether it's landscape-wise or old buildings or
the neon, the signs,
the neon signs. There's even the people. Even the people are so interesting and very hospitable for the most part.
People are. It seems like the people that live and work on Route 66 are they're very proud of what they've.
Yes, they are.
Of what they're keeping alive.
Oh yeah.
So
very much so.
Our friends Stacy and Alan at the Frontier Motel recently acquired it and have been working on restoring it this past year, and you can see how proud they are to be able to have taken on that motel, to be able to have started up the gift shop and really work hard on restoring that piece of history. You can see it with Greg Arnold and Giganticus Heticus. You can see it with Sam from the El Trovatore. You can see it from even Kumar Patel over at the Wigwam in Rialto. It's just their enthusiasm. It's invigorating and it's inspiring in so many ways.
Well, it's also funny because you'll meet people who would normally never stay in a no-brand hotel, but yet to travel Route 66 and stay at the Frontier or stay at the El
Trovatore?
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Or even Hilltop.
Hilltop is across the way from there.
That's like a badge of honor that they did that.
Well, and I think to some extent it's because, especially in more recent years, Route 66 has had a very has quite a bit of word of mouth going on.
Mm-hmm.
So people who normally would go to chains only, they probably have heard through the grapevine from various people that, hey, the Hilltop Motel in Kingman or the El Trovatore is a phenomenal hotel, or the Supai in Seligman is a great motel. They know that they can trust these off-brands because they have had good word of mouth and maybe even some research online that indicates that, hey, it may be a no brand, no chain, but it's definitely also not a no cockroach kind of place.
Yes. Do you have your favorite place on Route 66?
That's kind of a loaded question.
Yes, I know.
That's very loaded. Since Frontier Motel is not open yet, it's only the gift shop with Stacy and Alan. I'd say that Truxton is definitely one of my favorites.
Okay.
Probably followed a close second by Rialto.
Okay.
I love the Wigwam out there, but Kingman is also a big fascination for me as well. I would definitely love to start spending more time in Kingman. And most people think, why? It's a small, dumpy old town.
Yeah.
I'm drawn to it though. because I've lived in big cities my entire life, so I'm used to the hustle and bustle and everything. But I've reached a point in more recent years where I'm like, I want to slow down. I want to be able to live and breathe Route 66. I want to be able to go into my neighborhood coffee shop and be able to sit and talk to people who are there.
Do you think that that's also part of the popularity of Route 66? People can either relive something from their past, or
Absolutely.
Well, that goes back to the question you asked earlier. It's like, what is it why do you do this? And it's like everyone has a different reason.
Right.
People from Japan have a different reason. People who were born in Amarillo, Texas have a different reason. Some it is nostalgic. It reminds them of their childhood, depending on their age, of course. Some it's a symbol of freedom,
right?
Especially for a lot of international visitors. It's a symbol of freedom, and they want to experience that. It's different from where they're from.
Okay.
And they just want to. That's kind of what they've learned, whether it's through books or film or whatnot, stuff that they've seen that we've put out there from this country. So the perception and the reasons why people travel Route 66, I think everyone has their own personal thing. Has their own personal reason behind it. There's not a really common thing other than
I think there is a little bit of
community.
a common,
I think
though,
community is really the thing, but it's the community is very diverse. I believe.
Yeah, but I think there is at least for local American travelers that maybe choose Route 66, it is the exact same reason that I had, that they want that slower pace. They want to return to a time when it wasn't get in, get out, and there is no hospitality like we have now.
Right.
You can actually get customer service. You can actually get hospitality on the routes on the route.
Yeah.
People actually take the time to get to know you and talk to you. And I think that there are plenty of people, especially here in the United States, who they're starting to realize that the hustle and bustle of the city, where there is no hospitality, where it's just, get out of here, go away.
Yeah, leave your money and
Give me your money and
Yeah.
go for it. Go for it.
And I think there are plenty of people who are like, I'm sick and tired of this. I want to actually talk to somebody. I want to get to know people. I want to actually engage in such a way that it invigorates me.
Well, it's funny because like for me, we'll stop in Seligman, or we'll also stop in Williams, and I will give my guests 20 minutes, which I always hear it's not enough time. Yes, I know that. I know that. Just go into one gift shop and you're going to be there for 20 minutes, and it's not because you're looking at everything; it's because you're talking.
Right.
You walk in the store and they're like, "Hi, how you doing?" Yeah. You're there for 20 minutes talking about the amount of rain and the price of gas and what the kids had for lunch. It's just it's
a very small
cheese and
town.
French fries.
It is small town. I mean, that's how it is in small town America.
I mean, even when like again, Williams is 99% tourist town.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah.
But yet, each of those owners is still that person. Mm-hmm. Debbie and I stayed at Wild West Junction with the mayor, John. And John, here you are in this restaurant, and there's the owner, who happens to be the mayor, cleaning dishes. Yeah, dressed like Wyatt Earp.
Oh my goodness.
Cleaning dishes, and then sitting down next to you going, "So, where are you from?" Literally sitting down with you and just going, "Well,
Well, and I think some people actually would appreciate that now.
Yes.
Because you can't really get close to your city council members, your mayor anymore. There's a huge disconnect, I think, maybe from large city, big time politics. Here's your city your city council, and they're like, whatever. Whereas, like you said, you can go into Wild West and sit down with the mayor, and you're not, local citizen who's a nobody,
right,
versus the mayor. It's the mayor's your friend, and you're the mayor's friend. They actually treat you like a person, and not just, oh, hey, can I weasel some more money out of you?
Yeah.
You're just not another constituent.
Right.
In that.
Can I buy your vote? Hey.
Now.
Unless you're Oscar Goodman,
That's
then you can
the-
sit down.
Yeah, well, Oscar, God, I miss him.
I was with him the other day.
Really?
Must you
Yes, I
show
was.
off like that?
Yeah.
Yes. He's
Miss
not
him.
late too. So.
Oh, would you mind telling him I said hello next time?
I shall. Actually, I tell him every time I see him.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you have a cocktail with him too.
I wished.
A weenie teeny.
Have you met a lot of people that have done the whole route?
I would say we have. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think quite a lot more hardcore people out there that.
Is it on your
that
list?
have us. Oh, definitely is
Of
on the
course.
list. It's just a matter of.
Had to
It's
ask.
just a matter of
Let me see. Let's file
time.
that one under dumb question.
Yes.
Totally okay.
It really comes down to it is a matter of time. Of course, money is
Yes.
the thing, but you can
What's
spend
money?
you could probably spend as little or as much as you want traveling that, but time is very important. I think from the last discussion that I've seen was the amount of time in order to see Route 66 to be able to get a good experience out of it is usually about 2.5 weeks.
Okay.
And there to get a good sense of the road from Chicago to LA, and that's just seeing your major attractions. That's not even getting into any of the old alignments and the other lesser known stuff. I mean, there's
Were there a lot
to
of
see.
alignments? Was it like
Oh
one?
yeah. There's dozens of
Yeah,
alignments.
you get depending what state you're into. You going through New Mexico, there's countless. I mean, you have not only Route 66 and different alignments there, but you also have National Trails Road or Highway, which some of that became Route 66 in 1926.
Okay, so they just
And they end up moving for whatever reason. They change an alignment, whether it could be a washout or I mean, even look at the railroads. The railroads too have different alignments going through the Southwest specifically.
Well, Arizona's fascinating because if you're going from Seligman to say Ash Fork along Crichton Road, if you look to the left and to the right, you can see bits and pieces of old segments all along the road.
Yeah, you'll see
So
three
just-
different. You'll see three different alignments of Route 66.
And actually, even from
And different old trails, just on that
one-
from the one,
just
yeah,
that
from the
one
current,
actually,
from the current road.
actually, it's from Truxton all the way to Ash Fork.
Yeah,
If you take Truxton into Seligman and then Crichton Road, you'll see quite a few alignments. Crichton itself even has a really fascinating old bridge along the road. And if you are standing on that bridge and look to the east, you can actually see the grassy alignment of that old.
oh neat.
It's,
The old
it's
national-
really
Yeah, well-
fascinating.
old trails.
Well, see, I mean, that goes back to that. This is a photographer's dream because again, the old buildings, the landscapes, the abandoned buildings, the abandoned bridges, the architecture, the colors.
And I believe that one of the photos I provided you was of Sutton's Court.
Yes.
Said that is actually part of an old alignment. We had to have special access to actually get in there. You cannot
Wow.
go in there unless
Okay.
you have special permission.
Yeah, that's part of the Wallapai Indian Reservation.
Oh yes, them.
Yeah. Yeah, they want their
know.
cut. They want their
We're
cut.
we're on really good terms. Trust me on that one.
Well, we're pretty. I don't know how to tell you this, but we're kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
People know us.
Yeah. Well, you were recognized in that one town where they held. What was it that they were?
Oh, the gas station.
Yeah, the gas station.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, when they had the ribbon cutting.
How in the
for,
hell can you
the
remember that name?
Rancho Cucamonga?
Yes.
It just kind of rolls off the tongue. Yeah.
God.
Not so
I mean, you
much
could
after a
say
shout out to
Ontario,
Cuba.
California, but
But that doesn't have
sound
quite the
right.
ring to it.
Oh,
No.
that was actually a pretty fun day. That was another thing where we had planned it about a week beforehand, and I was technically supposed to be in class.
Yeah.
And I went to my instructor the week before, and I said, "Oh, my husband and I, we really want to be at this event." And he says, "Well, we're not having class that day anywhere, so you're good." I'm like, "Okay, bye." But I just remember we were.
But it was a gas station that was
Yeah, it's a gas
It's an
station
old
that's being restored.
Richfield oil gas station.
that they were restoring.
They're restoring, yeah.
They're still
Okay.
restoring
They're
it.
still,
Okay.
it's in
It'll
progress.
be
yeah.
reopened, I think, next year
Yeah.
Next-
as a
yeah.
museum.
Okay.
But it was just hilarious because we're standing there, just watching the unveiling ceremony and whatnot. And they're just going through the whole spiel, and I think it was the president, Anthony.
Yeah, it was Anthony. Yeah.
He
Anthony
said-
Gonzalez.
Yeah, he said, we have two special people in the audience who came all the way from Las Vegas to see us.
And you're standing there going, huh?
Exactly. Yeah.
What?
Like, what?
And I believe they called her name. They
did.
Yeah.
They called her name.
Yeah. Jeff New, who
Yeah,
was
who's doing
the
their-
social media coordinator at the time. He says, yeah, John and Kim Ulmanis from Las Vegas. And it's like, whoa, okay, hi.
Okay, you didn't plan for this one, but okay, got it.
Yeah,
Improvise a speech.
Yeah, really come on. Well, it's funny because I am what's known as a Fred head, a fan of the Fred Harvey.
Fred Harvey's.
Yeah. And are you?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Both of you.
Come
all
on,
right.
the railroads, American
Railroad.
hospitality. there's-
Yes.
66.
Well, yeah. You know, there's a lot of intertwining there
Yes.
between the Fred Harvey Corporation, the Harvey houses, the railroad, and Route 66.
Very much so.
And then, you
Well,
know,
Route 66 parallels the
a lot of
railroad,
it.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
especially in
They follow.
Arizona.
Oh, yeah.
And
New Mexico.
New Mexico as well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mexico as
You know,
well.
and then, and this is leading me down the direction, Winslow, Arizona. Okay.
La Posada.
Yes.
Love it.
Have you stayed there?
We haven't stayed there, but we've been there.
That's on our bucket list.
It's
Yes.
another
Oh,
bucket list
definitely.
item, yeah.
Definitely.
It's a major bucket list.
Definitely.
I'm
Definitely.
hoping to see some ghosts too. I've heard it's haunted.
Really?
Yeah.
Miss Debbie's over going, yes. Oh, we're going. Okay. Phone number.
Let's just make this a couple's weekend trip.
There
Why
you go.
not?
But the photo that you sent me of Winslow of standing on the corner, there's something missing in that photo.
The flatbed Ford?
Yeah. What happened?
Did I
still
accidentally?
there.
I could have sworn that my.
What
that was
happened
in
to
that.
it?
It's still there.
It's still there. I have it. I have the photo.
Yeah.
I must have given one that I cropped a little bit tighter.
Yeah, but that panel is missing in the photo that you sent me.
How could I do that? Oh my gosh!
Well-
I'm so ashamed.
Well, no, well, I'm just curious if you knew what happened to the panel. Okay. I don't know if they replaced it or if it's still gone.
I don't know. I know they were at the time when we were there when we shot that. They were doing some repairs on some of the
Okay.
bricks and some of the bricks that you purchased to
Yeah.
donate and whatnot. And,
So they might have
they
taken.
They may
okay.
have been doing some fixing something
Yeah.
at that time, possibly. I really don't know.
That's just an interesting monument because it's got the whole song basically painted into that mural,
Yeah, pretty much. That was the artist's vision, I think. That was the whole idea.
and then
That-
the store across the street's got the song blaring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All the time.
Hey, there's even an eagle over there on one of those corners too. Actually, the corner where I was standing to get that photo has an eagle right there.
Really,
Yeah, it's really cool.
standing on a corner of Winslow, Arizona. That's only like a 4-hour drive from here, isn't it?
4 or 5 hours, yeah.
That's about
Well,
right.
in
Yeah.
John and Kim time, it's probably more like 9.
Yeah.
Oh, stop here, guys!
Yeah, so-
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't see this before. Oh, let's check this out. Let's
Pull over!
See? Yes. All I got to hear is a ooh, and I'm like, okay, pull over.
That's how it works for us. We didn't stop there the last time. Okay.
Then she's like, yeah, I just put my camera down. Why'd you do a stupid thing like that? I thought we were done.
That sounds like us.
Yeah, we're done when we go to sleep, okay?
It's like we have
We
until
pass
3.
out, yeah.
It's like it's only 11:30. We have until 3 p.m. to check into our room.
That's right. That's
so it's
right.
like, okay, let's dawdle.
So any great future adventures planned?
That's another loaded question, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of the way our lives usually work. There's a lot of unplanned
Yes.
last-minute trips.
Yes.
It's like we got time. We can do it
Well,
this weekend.
you see,
and-
our asshole of a bank account sometimes dictates.
Yeah, there's that whole
that-
thing.
that-
There's that whole
yeah,
thing.
That has to coincide with the amount of time to have off in order to do that, and
Well, see,
the logistics end of things.
yes. Well, see, with Miss Debbie here, her family's got a voodoo doll of me.
How could they? You're just so sweet and wonderful.
Because prior to me coming into her life, they had an automatic babysitter. Okay, she's a grandma, so, and she stayed home, and so, they could call her up on a Friday night and go, Mom, we're on the way over. We'll be there in 10 minutes. We're going to drop the kids off for a couple hours while, we go out to movie. And then I come along and she's like, sweetheart, I'm in Bryce Canyon. Where's that? Utah.
Yeah. I'm 3.5 hours away.
Yeah. When are you going to be home? Don't know. When we get there. Now it's like, okay, so now it's like on Monday, she'll get a call going, Mom, are you going to be available on Friday? I don't know. Ask me on Thursday, okay? Because, that's what it is. It's like on Thursday, we'll look at each other going, so what do you want to do tomorrow?
That sounds like us on a Sunday. It's
Yeah.
just,
Well, see, I know we're free on Sundays because that's the day he goes back to work. So I tell the kids, if you want to come visit,
Sunday is their one day.
come over on Sunday. We're
that's
safe.
his day off.
Sunday
So
is safe.
I'm actually finally catching on that the best way to plan my class schedule at school, take Mondays off.
Yeah.
Unless there is an unavoidable class that I absolutely have to take. But other than that, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Because
Then I'm sure you're kind of like us. We'll throw everything in the car, go heading down the road, and then we'll look at each other and go, did we pack clothes? We got the camera. We got
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
well, we'll
yeah.
get to a motel room and go, crap, I forgot pajama pants.
Yes.
Yeah, or we'll get we'll get about
We got the
2
camera,
miles
though.
away. We'll get
Yeah.
like 2 miles away. I'm not going back for that. Screw that. So we don't need that. We'll buy
I think
it.
I forgot a toothbrush. Oh,
There-
crap.
There's a Walgreens along the way. We'll stop.
Do you want to tell them your story about the detour we took on the way to Death Valley one time?
No, that wasn't Death Valley. That was Zion.
Oh, we were going to go to Zion?
We were going to go to Zion. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
no. I gotta hear this.
Oh, God, yes. We were heading up 15 North, and we were going to go spend the afternoon in Zion. And just right out of Vegas, there's that turnoff by the Loves there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a sign, Great Basin National Park, turn here. So I looked and go, hey,
I'm sitting there just checking out the
Do you wanna go to
signs.
Great-
No. He goes, how do you feel like an adventure?
Yes.
I feel like an adventure. I'm like,
we,
sure.
Oh, I see where this is
He goes,
going.
yes, yes. We drove and we drove and we drove and we drove. I had no idea where Great Basin National Park was. We stopped in Amarillo, where
Alamo.
Alamo. Yeah. Where the city hall, the gas station, the fire department, the grocery store, the post office, and the dentist is in that one building. And she goes in, she asks for directions, and then she comes back out going, Mark, you need to come and see this. We're not even halfway there.
They had a map on the wall
So,
behind the register. And they said, you're here. That's there. You got about 4 more hours.
So it's like, okay, I got to work tomorrow. Where can we go? And then the guy goes, Cathedral State Park?
Cathedral
Okay.
Gorge. Yeah.
Yes.
We went to Cathedral Gorge. It turned out to
That was
be
still beautiful.
an amazing day.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But
He did see an alien, though.
yeah, I did see.
Everybody does. So.
I saw an alien there. Art Bell, God bless you. All right.
I just remember we went to Caliente back, what was it, March? February?
Yeah, March or April. March, I think it was.
Yeah, instead of doing the
Yeah, it's right before we went to see Big Boy.
yeah, because I just remember we took the side road, and it was just jostling and turning, jostling and jostling. It's like, oh, thanks, my bladder loves you for this
Yeah.
one. And it was just one of those. It was funny because at one point we pulled off, and I'm like, I have to pee. And being the city girl that I am, I'm like, make sure there's nobody around. I have to pee. Of course, drop trowel,
We're
middle
40
of
miles from nowhere.
Yes.
I mean, it's like,
But he's still freaking out. And it's like, okay, maybe it's easier for you as a guy to just very discreetly just go off to a tree. But
Yes.
I have, as a woman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's full bare ass.
different
Yeah.
plumbing.
And then I ended up having to pee like 3 times that day out in the middle of nowhere, once right next to the railroad. I was like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
really hoping to train. And thank God it's a Sunday and there's no trains going by. This could be interesting. Engineer goes by, huh?
Haven't seen that in a while.
Well, there's the third one today.
I'm going to bet that one instead.
Well, that was even earlier today when we were out on the mountains, on Black Mountain. It's just, We kept being jostled around so much, and it was the same thing. I got to pee. All right, fine. Nobody's around.
Gotta do it, you know?
Yeah, but again, it's like when you're a guy, it's easy enough. Just
Where's your favorite place to go?
That's very wide open.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Where do we go here?
Okay. Family comes in town and goes, take me somewhere.
Hoover Dam.
Defend yourself.
What family? His parents live a mile up the street.
Okay, all right.
If you had family.
My mom comes to town. We took her to Red Rock Canyon, and she actually liked that. Her and my stepdad actually liked that one.
Have you ever been to Spring Mountain Ranch next door?
Duh.
Armagosa?
Haven't been there yet. We've been. I remember we went by there on that trip to Death Valley.
Yeah.
4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
At 3:00 in the morning.
They have a model train set up.
Yes, they do. The
original-
Tonopah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've got a model set up, the original town, what it used to look like back in the day.
I think
Yeah,
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Borax.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Pretty cool. They
Road
were
trip.
building-
Road trip.
Yeah.
building it when we were
Well.
there.
Okay, somebody got $100 I can borrow.
Yeah. Well, when we had all of that rain that wiped out part of the I-15.
Yeah.
It also wiped out part of Amarillo. Not wiped it out.
No,
it caused severe flood damage.
yeah, and I'm
We got photos of it before the flood damage.
yeah. So I want to go down to Amargosa Opera House and see what's happening. You know, see what the damage is.
Take me
Yeah,
with
I haven't
you.
been up there in a long
They
time.
protect the wild Mustangs there, so you usually get to
Yeah,
see
it's-
the wild Mustangs.
I have never seen them, so take
Really?
me with you.
You've never been up to Cold Creek?
No.
You've never shot wild Mustangs?
Never.
Oh.
My God.
And I want to so bad.
Well, it's funny because the Amargosa Opera House, right behind there, the wild Mustangs come out of Death Valley and go onto their land, and the BLM is
Not
furious because Well, the next time we go to Death Valley or we go out to Cold Creek, I will send you guys.
It's been a while since I've been out
I
there.
love
It's been a long
Cold
while
Creek. I could
since
live-
I've been out there.
We go out there, I could live there, I could not. He has to pull me by my hair to get me to leave.
Alrighty, finally, where can they find you guys online? Do you want to be found?
They can find me wherever they want to find me.
They can find her a lot more than they can find me.
Yes.
I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, and I have a blog at www.kimulmanis.com.
Where you rant about just about everything.
I do, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, she
well,
does.
maybe not rant. I mean, I have wonderful...
Bitch.
Rant, bitch. Have a few intelligent and witty insights.
And bitch some more.
And bitch some more. I can't help it if
You're
people
my
are
inspiration, you know that?
stupid. Why?
People say I've got a sarcastic attitude and I bitch a lot on my blogs. You're right there, sweetie.
I get that a lot. And I'm finally starting to go, okay, maybe you're right. Every time I have somebody read you have just that very witty, wry tone.
Yes.
Really?
Right.
Rye tone.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna roll with this one now.
She likes to rant about writer's block. So it's like, okay, so you're
Writing about not being able to write?
yes,
Well,
exactly.
But you know what? It works in a way though, because it helps actually get that creative fuel going, especially when I start cussing out the inner editor and my drunken hamster in my brain. Because then it's just, all right, inner editor, you're being an asshole, criticizing every word I put on the screen, and the drunken hamster's like, screw this crap, I ain't doing shit today.
I'm not one of those.
So, alrighty, I appreciate you. This is Mark Anthony, tourtalk.tv. The links will be on the website as well as the notes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.